We are live.
Hey.
So let's wait, make sure people are on the link clicking in. We have Jared here. Hey, Jared. Just going to give it a couple minutes for some people to get in here. For the group.
Approved your request to join. Yep. You can now post comment.
So we're just waiting for a few more people.
What about
Some people might not be typing. Guys, to be able to comment, I am doing this through YouTube/Google Hangout. You do need a YouTube or Gmail account to be able to comment. So if you just log into your Gmail or YouTube account, you'll be able to comment here in the chat. If you're in mobile, chat should be underneath it. If your desktop, should just be to the side. And since we got a few people watching, I just don't think people can comment right now. So while they're logging in, let's get started.
Yeah, you're about.
Okay, guys. So welcome to my Facebook ad targeting training. Now, this training isn't the basics on how to set up your Facebook ad. If you do wait to the end of the webinar, I do have a present for you that's going to help you with all that stuff. This is specifically meant just for the targeting, just for figuring out the audience you're putting your ad in front of. So I'm going to make you a promise here by the end of this webinar. By the end of this webinar, you're going to instantly be able to target new customers for your business or service without having to spend big money on marketing ever again, ever. And you know, I've been a business owner offline and online, and I know that's a big statement to make, but I promise you by the end of this webinar, you're going to understand how you don't need a big budget to do this. Oh, hey, Philip.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey, we just started the webinar. We'll do the over-the-shoulder training here after a couple slides.
Okay.
So, like I said here, my goal by the end of this webinar is to turn you guys into Facebook targeting machines. And if you stay until the end, I'm actually going to give access to an online training group. You can make a free account. By making this account, you're going to get access to Facebook training. It's literally your ads start to finish, how to do it all if you haven't done it before. Also, I'm going to give away a special storytelling template / workbook to do a special kind of ad called a story ad that converts very high online. So if you stay to the end, you're going to get the link for that in the chat. So what's going to make this webinar different from all the other webinars you might have seen on targeting? Well, the difference is that I've had a lot of experience in this realm. My name is Michael Danyluk. I've been an online marketer in this area for over 3 years, and I can tell you most of the years I've been in, I failed. For the start of it, I failed a long time. But I'm now a Facebook ad wizard. And you might say, well, how do I know you're a Facebook ad wizard? Well, here's what I've done Facebook ads for. I've done Facebook ads for local businesses and gotten them consistent ROI, my own businesses and other businesses. I've done ads and still am doing ads for top network marketing earners. I do ads for my own business. I get 3 to 10 times ROI on ads. That's my ads and other people's ads. I've been consistently within that. And that's actually profit return. That's not just complete return back or revenue. Plus, I've mentored a lot of other people privately for Facebook ads for about a year, and they've all had success online. Just this year alone, my ads for people and my own ads have done over 6 figures in sales volume. And I could tell you they're going to be pushing a lot more at the end of the year. And next year I will be breaking 7. So I haven't had experience. You know, I've done a lot of things right recently, but mainly I've done a lot of things wrong. And that's where you're going to get the most out of this webinar, what I've learned from, what I've done wrong. So after doing this for 3+ years, you know, I've learned those mistakes those rookies make at the start, and I've learned them firsthand, and they absolutely suck. And they cost you a lot of money, and they cost you more time than you ever want to spend. I'm going to teach you the 2 simple questions that's going to make or break your targeting. It's going to make your audience respond, or it's going to make them just scroll right past your ad. And I'm going to teach you how to get people interested into your business without feeling like a used car salesman. Like, one thing, when I first started network marketing, I always felt like that car salesman, and it drove me nuts. And I didn't like being a salesman, so I resorted to online marketing. And ever since I made my first sale online, I've been online since. Best thing about Facebook ads, though, is you can target any business. It doesn't matter what you're doing. You could be selling ballet lessons, piano lessons. You could own a mechanic shop. You could be selling Facebook ad training if you want. You could be selling whatever it is you want, an ebook. You can promote it with Facebook ads. There is an audience for everything. There's a way to make money with any niche online. It's just figuring out your audience and learning how to talk to them properly, which is what I'll be teaching tonight. And I discovered all these lessons the hard way. The best thing about that is you're going to get to cheat and you get to learn the easy way. So what does the hard way look like, you might ask? Well, this is me when I started out. Not actually me, but this is how I felt the whole time. I was just so frustrated, putting money in, getting no results. Originally, before I came online, I bought flyers, and I distributed flyers for my small business, and I absolutely hated it. And then I couldn't even imagine paying people for that, because when you distribute flyers, you just hit location. You're not targeting buyers. Like, if I have, let's say, a Pokemon card shop. Pokemon's really big right now, and I hand out flyers for that. I don't know if the people I'm handing out those flyers to would care about those or not. If I have a mechanic shop, those people might not even have cars. Maybe they bust. You don't know where your flyers are being handed out when you pay a post office, or who's getting your flyers. So you're literally paying for people who don't care. For online Facebook training, I've literally spent almost $20,000 on trainings, and literally probably 10, maybe 15,000 of that was a waste of money. A lot of people online don't know what they're talking about, and I wasted the money for you so you can learn the right way. I've also bought leads online where someone else got the traffic for me, and when you get these numbers or when you get these emails, these people have been pitched so much times they don't even care. And I spent thousands on ads of myself and thousands for other people with all consistent ROI. So I've learned the hard way. I've been in the trenches, and I can help you get some shortcuts that can get you out of the trenches faster than I did. So you might be asking, what is that easy way that doesn't require you to spend all that time or money like I had to? In the past 30 days, I've gotten clients of mine over 10 times ROI on one of their ads, and they didn't have to waste their time and their money trying to figure it out themselves. So I pretty much help them narrow down their targeting in the same training I'm going to do here. We're actually going to go over the shoulder training for you on a couple of people here on the webinar and find their targets for them for you. Now, results aren't typical. I'll walk you through some specific promotions and systems that we're using to earn huge sales numbers right now. Also, you're going to get to see that over-the-shoulder coaching I was just talking about, and I'm going to help them find their targets. My results are certainly not typical, and the average person who attends my trainings may get 0 results. However, I don't expect everyone to be average. I expect everyone's trying to be excellent, and I'm happy to show you what's working for me and what's working for us for free. Should you want the option to use one of these high-ticket sales systems, that's going to be in a different webinar because I'm not pitching anyone anything here. Everything in this webinar is free. So we're going to get into the training now. Let's get into the heart of it. So there's 3 secrets that are going to make or break your targeting. Just one quick second. So secret 1, I can generate more leads per dollar than I can by traditional advertising. And the reason I can do this is because of who I'm putting my ads in front of. I'm only putting it in front of people who care. If I have, let's say, a children's bookstore I'm trying to promote, I can put ads in front of people who only have children. If I hand out flyers, not everyone who gets a flyer is going to have a child. Or I can put ads in front of people who only have children. So I'm only spending my money in front of people who care. So my conversion rate is a lot higher. The people I'm going to bring in per dollar is a lot more. The second thing, I don't personally have to sell anything. My ads do it for me, which is awesome because, like I said earlier, I don't want to be that used car salesman. I hate selling, and I'm sure a lot of you people on the webinar hate selling too. Wouldn't it be cool if you didn't have to pitch friends or family or anything? If you're in network marketing and you had an ad doing it for you, wouldn't it be cool if you had a tattoo shop and you were getting other customers to walk through your door and you didn't have to go pay expensive radio ads or TV ads or a whole bunch of wasted paper ads. Not only are you wasting paper for the environment, but your dollar, you're pretty much throwing away your money just as fast. And 3, you only need a small budget to make this work. Literally, so many of my successful campaigns that earn money still to this day have started at $5 a day. If you can't start at $5 a day, you can't be running a business yet. $5 a day is such a small budget to be able to advertise your business to an entire nation. Like, you can't even touch a TV ad without 20 grand. So first thing, secret number 1. How can I generate more leads per dollar than I can by traditional advertising? Let's take this to an example. I spent $1,000 on flyers. I reached 10,000 people with it. I had to hand them out. Took me a lot of hours to hand those out. How many people responded? I would like to say 1% did, and I got 100 leads, but I only got about 20 leads. So 0.2% responded. I barely broke even on that. Not super converting, but with paper flyers, you don't make a lot of money on the front end. You make it on the back end. Were they quality leads? Not entirely. 10,000 people only got 20 people. I can tell you, if I put a Facebook ad with proper targeting in front of 10,000 people, more than 20 people are going to care. And it's going to cost me a lot less than $1,000. It might cost me $50, $100 to do that if my targeting is good. And I'll reach the same people and I'll get more than 20 people interested. Secret 2, I don't personally have to sell anything. And remember, I hate selling. Here's my first ad that did selling for me, where I actually started making high ticket commissions. Some of you on this webinar might have saw this. I was promoting this ad a lot with a whole bunch of different colors too. Depending on what network marketing company you were in, their color was different. This one was targeted to Vima. It was an orange, kind of red, and sometimes blue colored company. I targeted Vima with this. And I called out my audience, 4 network marketers. I gave them results. I had 8,325 leads and enrolled 361 people into our business using simple Facebook ads. Click here for the free training. That ad was specifically targeted. That went pretty viral. That ad, all of them together, made 5 figures, a decent 5 figures, over I think about, it was about a 7 or 8 month span I ran these ads. And the best thing about it is they went to a webinar, it sold everything for them. It was an automated webinar. I didn't have to do anything, and I earned commissions. Like, I literally woke up to $250 and $500 commissions. When that started happening, it drove me crazy. And this is what happens when you learn targeting with Facebook ads. And this third secret, I only need a little bit of a budget to make this work, about $5 a day, literally. And to prove that, here's a store I helped build. They were selling lightsabers. This ad was one of, I think, 4 we ran. We got about 1.5 million views total. This was the top single ad. We had 310K direct views. It reached 1 million people. 30% of them watched. Insane amount of shares. This ad, I don't even remember how much money it made for them. I blurted out because I couldn't get a hold of them to see if I could put it there. So I just wanted you guys to see the numbers. And this is what happened. This ad started at $5 a day. We spent $15, made a first sale that profited 17, put the 17 back in the ads, made 2 more sales. We had a double order sale. We made 35 on one, 17 on another, reinvested that into ads, and that $5 a day budget turned into $100 a day within 2 weeks. And they were making every dollar in, they were getting $5.60 back on their ROI as revenue, and they were getting, I think it was $2.40 of that, or $2.80 of that was direct profit. So Facebook ads, when you figure out targeting, will sell for you. We weren't commenting on these people. We weren't telling them to buy. I wasn't in their inbox saying, hey man, you want to hear about this cool lightsaber? You can buy it. No one had to do that. It did it for them, and they had a massive amount of sales. So you're probably thinking, no, okay, so targeting is awesome, but how do I actually figure out targeting? How do I get that group and just get my selected person? Well, here's the first note you're going to want to take. Who's your avatar? Your customer avatar is your ideal person to sell to. One quick sec. is your ideal person to sell to. So let's say I had a baseball shop and I sold a whole bunch of baseball accessories. If I was wanting to reach people and it was like a local shop, I would target people in my demographic. You can actually target people by geolocating. You can target them. I could target people just in my town. If I had an online shop, I could target anywhere. And I could target an age bracket. Then I could target people that like, let's say, the local baseball team. Or if it was just a sports shop, I could target all the local teams. Or I could just target the teams in general. There is a deeper way to get to your targeting, which I'll break down when we're in the over-the-shoulder training. But the main thing is who is your ideal client, your customer avatar, your ideal client. If you had your perfect person walk through the door or email you right now, what would be their interests? What would they look like? What would they sound like? What would be their age group, roughly? Like, what would they look like? Because that's who you want to target. That's who's going to react. Secondly, you need to figure out what's in it for them. What is their pain and gain, and how are you going to benefit that for them, and what's the result you can give them for that pain or gain? Every audience has something that they can lose or something that they can gain. Your goal is to figure that out and tell them. If your ad tells them about it, they'll be interested in it if you targeted them right, which is why when you figure out your avatar, you can then figure out, well, what's your avatar's pain and gain? Then relate that pain and gain in your ad. Once you do that, you test, result, tweak, test, result, tweak. You run over the numbers. My free training site will teach you what to look for in your numbers. You'll get access to that at the end of the webinar. So let's do some over-the-shoulder training right now. So Philip, did you pick a targeting for tonight?
No, I didn't get a chance to think about this. Sorry about that.
No
yeah,
problem.
when you texted me, I was like, oh, wow.
Hey, Benjamin, you're muted if you can unmute yourself. I can't unmute you.
For me?
I can't unmute Ben. There it goes.
Nah, me.
Okay, do you have a
What's
target?
up?
Do you have a target?
I'm thinking just I guess it would be the best thing.
What do you want to target?
I guess people that travel would be the best thing.
So people that travel, perfect. We will target that. Just let me open up a blank screen here. Also, if anyone here in the group, if anyone actually here on the webinar, if you guys are finding this super helpful so far, put a whole bunch of ones in the chat. Let me see your ones. Let me see those ones in the chat if you guys are enjoying this. They're going to have like a 10-20 second delay, so we got to wait a second here, guys. Oh, we got 4 ones there from Jared. Anyone else getting value besides Jared? Oh, bunch from Chad. Bunch from Chad. Anyone else getting value? We got a bunch of people watching. We should have value here. Bunch from Mike Jones. Awesome. Okay. So you want to target people with traveling.
Yeah.
So now when you're targeting, there are differences for travel. Like people, the first mistake rookies will make online is Clay wants to target traveling right now. If he went to Facebook, you could literally just type in travel. But here's the thing. This is just people who have liked travel over the whole duration Facebook's been alive. There might be people that have liked travel that don't travel. You want to pick targets that your audience, if they're travelers, are going to know about. Maybe like direct hotels. Like, you know, people who don't travel aren't likely to know what a Marival hotel is, or some people are, like for the Holiday Inn, you wouldn't want to hit Holiday Inn because there's been a song that's targeted that. So people might have just liked that just for fun. You want to pick direct targets, maybe direct resorts. Like if you actually pick the resort, people that aren't traveling or looking at traveling or interested in traveling, they're not going to know what resorts there are. They're just going to see pictures online and be like, cool. So people that have actually liked resorts would be a good target. People that like airlines directly, airlines play a lot of generic commercials. People can just like an airline just to like it. I wouldn't actually pick an airline, but let's say a site like Orbitz. That's direct travel booking. They're not as generic as and as broad as like maybe a Air Canada or a WestJet ad you might see, or I guess American Airlines you guys might see in the States. This is for directly booking. This would be a good target. People only know about it if they're booking stuff. So there's targeting, and then there's quality of the target. The quality of the target is going to be your ROI. The better and the deeper you can get into your targeting, and I'm going to show you guys one of the tools we use. Facebook wants you to win. Facebook helps you win, and I'll show you how they do that. Is that answering your traveling so far? Any questions on that so far? Anyone got questions on that so far? We'll give people like 10, 15 seconds. Anyone got questions on just that basic part of the targeting before I show you guys the fancy tool that Facebook gives you to win? I just got to open up my Facebook. I'm going to open up my ad account for it. Hope people catch up. Ad manager. Actually, you know what? I can do this just right off Facebook, and I can show everyone how to get it. I don't believe you actually need a Facebook ad account to use this tool. So if you guys, after this webinar, just want to go check out this tool, I believe you can just go check it out without ever running an ad. So that'll be nice and cool. So here we go. Let's check out anyone had a question. No question. So let's run this. So if you type in the top here, audience insights. Right here. This is an app that Facebook gives you for your ads.
That not a lot of people know about.
Nope. This changed the game for me completely.
Yeah.
So this, you can kind of start generic, but let's go like Expedia. Expedia website. See how it said website? Lets you know which one it is. Let's go. And like, here's the thing. A lot of people are going to know about these targets. You want deeper targets than these basic targets, but you start with just the generic targets, and then this tool is going to tell you what the better ones are. Any other travel interests you could recommend, Clay? What else could we do?
Try the Hilton. Well,
the Hilton?
Yeah.
Hilton Hotels and Resorts. So we probably got enough here. Our audience is 7 to 8 million. This isn't an exact targeting. This is targeting that someone that just wants to start targeting travel is going to do. We do not want to target that, because here's another thing with Facebook ads. Facebook runs a bidding scale. So the more people targeting your target, the more it's going to cost you per person to get in front of, which sucks. You don't want competition. So when you get these deep targets, less people know how to do the research, thus making your targeting cheaper, giving you a better chance to make money. Super important online. So we entered these super basic ones. Now, just with this, it's going to tell us their demographic. Out of people in general that like this, between the age of 18 to any on Facebook that are men and women, all, 18% of them are between 18 and 24. 36% of them are 24 to 34. So obviously, this is our main demographic for traveling. You would want to target. That's already one thing we can find out. But these are still, remember, the typical ones. We'd want to look at this again when we get our deep targeting. So now we can go to this. This is page likes. Here's the cool thing. This is going to tell us things that all the people in this audience have in common that they like on Facebook. As you can see, all this stuff here, this is not all just travel stuff, meaning our audience isn't exact. When this only pops up airlines and travels and stuff, that means our audience right here is good. So right now we are definitely not exact enough because this is very wide Facebook likes. Same with Facebook affinities. We got a whole bunch of random languages. So this is definitely not exact yet. Is everyone still getting value from this? Let's see some twos now. If this is making sense, do you guys need me to slow down? Should I speed up? You guys good? Let me see some twos. And right now, you and me, Clay, we got to figure out more direct targets because we don't have any travel targets in this.
Let's see.
It's Flixbus. Okay, so here's a target. This is called Flixbus. I know this because I travel a lot, and Flixbus is a bus service in Europe for tourists. So by putting this, it's going to help me get targeted people. I'm just going to take some of these out because they're too broad. We're just going to start with some direct stuff like this. And what else could we do? Let's go Air Canada. Let's add Canada up into the targeting here too. So we get people that like travel in all of North America. Canadian immigration citizenship. Toyota.
Vegas.
See, we're starting to get car companies. Las Vegas, a lot of people could like Las Vegas for a lot of different reasons. So that's a hard one. But we're getting a lot of twos, a bunch of twos from Jared, Chad, Mike, and Alexandra again. Awesome. Oh, Ben's giving me twos too. So now this is the tool that's going to help you. Right now, I'm looking for direct travel targets. I think I'm just going to stick with these airlines for right now and see if it starts getting more exact. And literally, this is the kind of strategy I do to figure everything out. Right now, a DLE, you would have your avatar. His avatar is just traveling people. You can get a more direct avatar. It's whatever would be your ideal target for you or whatever it is you're selling. Let's go Travel Alberta. That's where we're from. Boom. Tripcentral.ca. And you can enter a few of these like this to get this exact. But here's another cool thing you can do here. Oh, that sucks. Always, also too, these will not always be targetable. Sometimes you will find stuff you can't target. But here's another way to figure out the quality of your targets. I can go to the Air Canada site. I can right-click it. Go to Air Canada right from this tool. I can see 1.1 million people like this, 1.2 pretty much. They put up a post 59 minutes ago. It's got 95 shares and 3 likes already and 9 comments. So they have some engagement. Let's see some of their older posts. 31 likes, 224 likes. They have engagement. They have an active audience. They're sharing travel-related stuff. Looking good so far. You want to make sure whatever page you're targeting is actually sharing stuff related to what you want, because you will get pages that say one thing and share everything. You want to make sure the page actually targets you as well, essentially. So this looks like good targeting stuff. Targeting Air Canada would be awesome. So I would keep that one. I can go look at Travel Alberta. 400,000 people like this. 4 hours ago, that's a ton of shares. This is an amazing target, actually. Yeah, this is an awesome target. This would be an amazing travel target. Stuff, high engagement. Look at those shares. Look at those likes. And they have a third of the people as the Air Canada. They're getting like 3/4 times the engagement, 10 times the engagement on some of these. This is a quality target. Usually when I have targets, what I'll do, and I find a quality one, I will copy this. I will open a Google Drive document. Do I have my Google Drive open? Yeah, let me make a new sheet here. Here's a new sheet. I'll make a sheet and I will literally paste my travel, or like this here, and I'll make a giant list of all the traveling places. I'll turn all of this into a list of all the good targets I find, and that will be my master target audience. And I'll find as many detailed targets as I can. And then after that, you want to sort them into sizes where it's just like 1 million to 3 million people in a group max. You don't want giant groups, but you don't want too small. When you have a group of, let's say, like, if you're selling like a t-shirt or something passionate, you can go lower, but the smaller your audience, the sooner your ad is going to die. Oh, sorry. 1 second. Jared here has a question. So you have to... Pretty much, Jared, if you have a proper product, I'm assuming this is what you mean. If you had like a proper product, you just have to keep changing your targeting topics till you find something that responds. If you have a passionate product your audience responds to, and there's ways in the numbers you can tell how they're responding and to tell what you have to fix. If it's the item, if it's the page link, if it's the price, there's ways you can tell. Essentially, though, yeah, you just change your targeting till you find something that works, pending you know you have a good ad. And my online mastermind group you'll get access to at the end will teach you how to have a good ad. It still will take some numbers. It depends on your numbers. I'll teach you how to read your numbers to know. Does that answer your question, Jared? Let me know if that answers your question. So let's go back here and look at some more targets. What's some more travel targets? You see any that would be direct targets?
That's what I'm in the process of looking at right now. What about something that's got to do with Costa Rica? I mean, that's a broad target, but you could probably break it down a little bit.
Oh, air miles. Air miles. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Let's check. Go to the air miles page. What are they still sharing? 1 million people. A lot of engagement, but looks like they're just having power outages and stuff recently, and it's just a bunch of people upset at them. I wouldn't target this right now. And then apologizing a bunch. I wouldn't be targeting that target right now. People following that are probably mad right now at traveling. That's a bad experience. You don't want to target those people right now. Anyone in the chat, if you guys have any, if you guys are travelers, any of you guys have any other things you could think of?
I thought you was coming in here with a belt.
What about travel communities?
Oh, we're running a meeting right now.
Look at as well. I think I'm actually going to start using for when you do ideas. Go like, actually, I can do it from here in the same tab. You have, if you haven't created an ad before, you'll have to create an ad account to use this part. But essentially, this will do it based on likes. This tool. This other tool in your ad manager will actually do it based on just what you're entering. It'll give you slightly different options. Sure, why not? Continue whatever this ad was. It's just a demo ad anyway. So now this is where you actually create an ad. If you don't understand everything on this screen right now, that's okay. I'm going to walk you through what we're covering right now. In my training site, it's going to cover this start to finish for you. So don't worry, this is covered later for you. We're not covering that today right now. So we're going to take these targets that we already found, and we're going to enter them underneath detailed targeting. Oh, this was the rodeo demo one we were doing for you the other night. So Air Canada. Flixbus. I did not pick Flixbus. Oh, good idea. Yes, you could target luggage companies. I actually did that with military. I targeted military luggage companies. You know any off the top of your head we could select for that? This will probably start recommending some. Flixbus. We had WestJet. What was the other one? Travel Alberta. So now you're going to see here that these recommendations now, see all these recommendations? this targeter knows these are related. This is saying people that targeted these also targeted these. This just says people that like this also like this. It's two different algorithms, and they'll give you two different audiences to figure out. This right here, like when I learned this and learned how to use these hand in hand, started making me money online. This is so important right now. So BlaBlaCar, that's like online group transportation. It's like rideshare in Europe. I actually used that when I was over there. So BlaBlaCar, Megabus Europe, same kind of thing. We got Delta Airlines. So then we can take some of these and we can bring these back over here. So I can go Megabus Europe. And now this is going to help this audience get better. So both of these audiences together refine each other out. It's how much time are you willing to spend and figure out. This is where your money's made online. This is half of online is getting traffic. The other half is converting it. This is half of what you need to know online to make money. And if you have a system that converts it for you, you're set. This is all you need to learn. And I know a couple guys here have that. Okay, so these are getting a little more refined. Still not all travel here. So either we're too broad or not exact. Visit Mexico. Let's see what this is.
Hello.
5 million people like it. What do they talk about? 6 hours ago, likes, shares, comments. This is a good target. Visit Mexico is a good target. Let's target that. We can go put Visit Mexico over here. So now some of these are probably still a little too broad. Any of these too big? Delta Airlines and BlaBlaCar are kind of too big. I don't like audiences that big. It's so hard to be exact when they're that big. I don't know if you guys want to follow that. That's just a guideline I've personally found. Everyone will get a different experience online, but that's just what's worked for me. So we'll take BlaBlaCar and the other one out. That should help this get more exact. There we go. See, now we're starting to get some other Discover plays. Here we go. So is this starting to make sense to people? Is this, we're not going to completely solve this entire audience, but is this making sense to people? Oh, that one's not targetable.
Ooh, that one's good, which is kind of big.
Which one?
Travel and Leisure. It's got 2 million people that like it, though.
Good work.
That's a little big.
Is this making sense for people? Put some 4s in there. We're gonna skip 3, go right to 4. Put some 4s if this is all making sense to you guys. We're gonna figure out another targeting, but since Phil doesn't have one right now, someone in the chat, you guys pick a targeting right now. Whatever you guys want. First person to post a targeting that's different from what we just targeted, I will start breaking that down for you. Because essentially right now, all we have to do is keep going back and forth through this till this gets targeted enough that we're always getting travel stuff related here, smaller audiences, and we're getting it here. And then what we do after, I'll break down on my training site. Ton of 4s. Awesome. And then there's a couple other things too to look for while we're doing this. Affinities. The higher your affinity goes up, this is people that like your page or people that like this page are likely to like the other things in your audience. The higher this goes, the more reactive your audience tends to be. It's not a direct guideline, but having a boosted affinity has never hurt my ads. So cover that as well. Okay, so Jared said women interested in jewelry age 20 to 35.
That's a good one.
So let's do that. I'm just going to say this audience because I actually put some work in it. I haven't I have a different travel audience, but I found different targets for it. Let me save this. That's another cool thing. You guys can just save your audience right here too. Travel large right now. So we're gonna go create new, everyone on Facebook, and bam, tools reset. So you said 20 to 35. We want women 20 to 35. So what are some jewelry companies? Jared, can you throw one or two up here for us? We probably already got some here. Wow, this is already looking super girly. Sorry to the girls on the webinar. Well, Jared throws one or two companies out. I'm just gonna grab some water real quick. Okay, so K's, Jared's, Tiffany's. Okay, we'll start with those. Tiffany and Co. Okay. Oh, surprised that can't be targeted. Okay. Unless it's apostrophe, yes. That's it. No, oh, Mary Kay. Mary Kay's makeup though, not jewelry. Unless they do jewelry now, they might. And something with jewelry too, if you're targeting that audience, the main thing is to make sure that that type and style of jewelry has been attractive in the past to women of that audience too. There's research you can do on Instagram and that as well, to find if that type of jewelry's been liked before. Pandora. Right in the ads here. Let's just close all these off. Let's go back to Pandora jewelry. Let's go back to Tiffany and Co. So now we're getting a whole bunch of jewelry recommendations. Even another one, Pandora jewelry. This looks like it would be a secondary page that someone made. It doesn't have a lot of likes, but people that would like it twice probably like it a lot. So that's one you could target. I would still look it up in the other one though. If I go put Pandora jewelry separately in here. Nothing there. Let's see if we can find this. Can't find the 14,000 one, so can't double check that target, but it does show up in targeting, so I'd still put something like that. It's only 14,000. And here's the thing too, every audience, when you do start breaking them down, which I'll teach you the kind of numbers I look for after we're done this target, when you are breaking it down, you want to have at least a couple targets. Because like, let's say I was targeting dogs and I targeted like, let's say I targeted something with dog leashes, something with dog food. Let's say I just targeted dog food. And let's put also like for the people that like dressing up their dog booties. So if I was just targeting dog food, everyone else that's targeting dog food is in a bidding war with me. So we're in direct competition. If I target all of these targets at once, here's the one thing. If let's say dog food and dog leashes in the evening are being highly targeted for some reason, the two targets you picked for this, but dog booties wasn't, your ad is going to go in front of these people before it goes in front of these people, because these people are cheaper, while the people that are competing for this are going to keep upping each other in price. Does that make sense for everyone? Give me some fives if that makes sense. It's called ad set theory, and it helps you with one of the numbers I'll show you guys in my online site called CPM. It's cost per impressions, and it's cost to get in front of 1,000 people on Facebook. A good ad usually has impressions between $3 to $8 per 1,000 people. This will keep your CPM lower by having that. Yeah, I'm getting some fives. Awesome. You'll have a lower CPM if you have the opportunity to hit other targets. But you also, again, you don't want that audience to be too wide, and you want quality targets. Your audience can be huge if it's only filled with small quality targets. But again, you don't want to target 20 things at once because you won't know exactly what's working. When those 3 things are working, there's optimization. You can figure out exactly what's working. So you don't want 20 things at once either. Phil or Clay, you guys got questions? Also, if you guys ever have any questions, let me know in the webinar.
No, I'm good. I'm actually trying to look up some interest for some new audiences.
Nice. That Clay, someone I just started coaching here, and same with Philip. They're using that online system that Grandma's using.
I think Philip's on mute.
Yeah, he's muted right now. Some of you guys probably been hearing talk about Grandma's online system. They're involved in it as well. It works really well. They're about to see that firsthand.
Very well.
Let's find a few more. That's more like clothing and stuff, online shopping. Just that's too big of an audience. Still too big. Italian charm bracelet. That's only 40,000. We can do that one. Is there any particular type of jewelry or just jewelry in general you were looking for? Probably just guessing jewelry in general. I'll wait for him to answer. See, all these are little Pandora offshoots, but they got enough likes that they're probably quite targeted. If I was to start targeting jewelry, I would hit these up and I would stack these in as just small targets to build a little audience. And if it works, it works. I keep them. I would save these guys in my Google Drive document. Bracelets you never take off. Let's put some more of these Pandora ones over here, see what pops up. Now, here's a quick hack here for you, Jared, with this jewels thing, okay? If this is a store or something you have, you're going to know who your competition is. If your competition is targetable on here, here's the best buyer for whatever you're selling online. And this goes for anyone. The best person to buy something is someone who's bought something similar to it in the past. If you are selling a hamburger, you want to target people who have bought hamburgers in the past. So if you find actual stores that sell stuff that people wouldn't have heard about that unless they actually went to buy something, that is a prime buying target. If I had a Shopify store, I would find other stores selling similar jewelry to mine that I can target on Facebook, and I would target those because they're already buying similar jewelry. They'll buy mine too. Does that make sense? Oh, look, we're getting engagement rings and wedding bands. See how this is getting more targeted now? Slowly. We're slowly getting there. Add the wedding bands here. Boom. That might be too wide. 3.5 million. We'll keep it a little. Just change. I don't think it didn't change for the better when I added that. Let's find a couple more decent targets before we go. Product, service. Is that just the UGG boots? Yeah. Not necessarily. Clothing, shopping, retail. What's this? Clothing, clothing. Sub engagement. What was the size again? 2 million. That's not a lot of engagement for 2 million for something that's not directly selling jewelry. Let's go check out their site. Do they actually have jewelry on there, or is it just stray clothes? Accessories. They have jewelry. What's their size of jewelry selection? Does it look like they sell a lot? Cheaper jewelry. Probably drop ship from China. They have 9 pages. Don't know if it's actually selling though. They did have 2 million they're selling. So they do have a jewelry collection. This could be a good target. See, and that's like the more time you spend looking into your target, the better your ads are going to react. So we can put that in. It's getting a little more exact here. Lovely wholesale wet seal. Does that make sense for everyone? Has everyone learned a lot today? Anything, Philip or Clay, you guys want to go over here? Targeting this webinar. I think that's pretty sufficient for teaching people how to use that tool.
Definitely so. I think one of the best tips to give them would be to search on Google or on the internet in general for specific things to target.
Yeah, and like search for communities and stuff. Like if I was targeting golf, I could look for golfing communities. I could look for online make your own bracelets and jewelry at home communities on Google, and then I can cross-reference them with Facebook. Exactly. That's a really good point. Like anywhere you can get more information to bring into these tools to help you more, the better. Does anyone on the webinar have any questions before we start wrapping up this webinar? We'll just give them a few seconds to figure that out. I'm just going to get some water while they reply. Oh, I just read your message, Danusha. I'm getting your ones and stuff. She can't type in the chat, so she's been personally messaging me them. I didn't see that. I got this. Thanks for the participation. So it doesn't look like anyone's got any direct questions. Give it another 5-10 seconds. So that's no questions. So perfect. Let's wrap her up then. So I have a question though for you guys. Over this past hour or so we've been here. See how long this has been running. It's not telling me the live. Okay, anyways. So
hold on, I'll tell you.
Can you see it?
Yeah, it's been running for 57 minutes.
Okay, so over the past hour, would you guys agree it's been time well spent? I want a whole bunch of yeses in the chat if you guys agree that this is time well spent for this last hour. Wait for everyone to get some yeses here. While I wait here for the yeses, obviously I couldn't cover everything in targeting in the webinar, like setting up the ads and all that. Even if we had the whole day, it would be such an information overload. It just wouldn't be possible. But what I'm going to do...
8 hours won't even cover it.
No. We're getting lots of yeses. Super helpful. Thank you. No problem. Yes, yes, yes. Worth it. Perfect. But you guys can get access to my special free online training vault for videos on Facebook ads. It's start to finish setting up ads and my online Facebook mastermind, which I'm just about to start launching. So you guys are going to be like the beta group into it. Where you're going to get online training and questions answered from me and any other ad experts that end up joining my group. Also, I'm going to be giving away my storytelling secrets. This is the guide and the outline that I followed for my first storytelling ad that converted for me, that first started selling one of my opportunities that wasn't that Facebook ads. And I'm going to give you guys the link for free here in the comments. Just give me a quick second here. While I get that link, I'm just going to tell you here what you're going to get on this site. You're going to get Facebook ad training. Now, the training is still getting uploaded. It's going to be, by the time it's sunrise tomorrow, in the northern hemisphere, or I guess in like North America, Sunrise. All the videos will be done uploading. I'm still waiting for them to finish uploading. So the training tomorrow will be all in there. Shopify email autoresponder training is coming in next week. Capture page training next week. Actually, the Shopify training might be after my next trip. The capture page email responder will be next week. There's also access to over 40 plus free hours of training, case studies from other top marketers like Chris Recker, Mark Hoverson, Landon Stewart. We have a whole bunch of training links for those. Also, Chris Recker has his own free training site. You can get access and make a free account. Links are on my site here. Also, the ability to buy some paid trainings that help me the most. I'm not pitching those trainings. They're just in the site for people that do want more. I'm not going to tell you what they are right now, what they do. If you're interested, go ahead and do that. I'm not pitching you anything here. Like I said, this is for free. Let me highlight that here. This was a completely free, no pitch webinar, so I ain't pitching you any of that. Just straight value today. So to access the group, the online group, it's just this URL. I'm going to post this here as well for you guys in the chat so you guys can get a clickable link. There's the one link, and then for my storytelling secrets, now when you do sign up for the free online mastermind, you are opted into my mailing list. I ain't gonna spam you, I ain't gonna annoy you. If there's ever anything I do ever send to you, it's because it has value and I actually benefited from it. I am not gonna send you stuff often that actually is to buy. It's mostly going to be value and things to help you guys out. I just want to help people be able to leverage their businesses, whatever said businesses are, online. So there's both of the links. For the people that are watching the replay and don't see the links in the chat, that's the main link for the group. I am going to have a link to download the storybook in the free resources in this website. You'll be able to find that in here. It's already up there. So if you go make a free account at that page, you will get access to the storytelling secrets. I believe that's everything. Anyone else have any final questions before we shut off the webinar for the night? Give you guys last chance to answer or ask any questions. And then Philip and Ben, if you guys need any more training, or I guess Clay, sorry. Seeing your name as Ben in the chat always screws me up.
Yeah, well, the group that you were talking about a while ago, they refer to me half the time as Ben and half the time as Clay, so I just kind of answered all of it.
Perfect. Well, I am not getting anything else, so I believe that is it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the webinar, and I hope you guys have a great night. Oh, actually, the webinar just started broadcasting the question. Give me a second. Give people another 5-10 seconds to type, just in case. Perfect, no more questions. If you guys have any questions, there's links to like my Facebook page and whatnot in that group. Just hit that like button on there, and be sure to follow that page, and any training that comes out, you guys can get. You'll be first people notified, and any special trainings to that mailing list you get added to by making the account will be straight training mailing list. So you guys have yourself a great night.